Ready, guys?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Sandbox, the #1 podcast for Sandbox gamers with hardcore PvP action. But be warned, viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, this is Cool It. Welcome to the Sandbox, episode 43.
And now your hosts,
Oops,
Cool It,
start that over.
and Nate Trial.
Nice.
It's been a while. Hello, this is Cool It, and I am hung over. Today on our episode number 43 of the Sandbox, we're going to talk about our first day in Elder Scrolls Online. Darkfall's making changes. Is anyone playing it? Not sure. Sony talked a little while ago about something for the Star Wars Galaxy people to play, and they announced what it was today. I don't think it's really a Star Wars Galaxy type game, but still really excited about it. And read a little patch notes from Mortal and found out that they might be supporting the Oculus Rift and a lot more stuff. But as usual, with me is Quint.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Are you hungover?
Not at all.
Oh,
I'm doing
Nate?
fine today.
No,
You
not hungover.
All right, just me. So maybe you guys should have done the intro. Well, we've all been playing a lot of stuff, so why don't you go first, Quint?
All right. I haven't been playing a lot of stuff, but I've been playing a lot of little stuff. The first thing I've been up to is, I guess since the last time we casted, Elder Scrolls Online launched, and it's been awesome. Just been playing through that, doing a lot of PvP. Some of the PvP we've been doing is great in that game. On top of that,
I've got a bunch of fraps of our PvP where we were. I mean, one of the things about the PvP, we've all been playing it, so one of the things about the PvP in that game is I'm good at it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've won a lot more than I've lost. Maybe it's because we're running with a group of people, and maybe because we're not just going with the Zerg. We're actually doing other things. I guess we can talk about that a little bit more when we actually talk about the first day.
Yeah. So on top of that, I've actually been just crazy back addicted into Diablo 3 again, man. Leave it to Blizzard to launch an expansion, at this around the same time as another major game release, because I'm just like sucked back in. Just bad. I've got it bad right now. Crusader Fever, just rolling.
So are you playing that on the console or PC?
It's not on the console yet. Well, I'm playing the expansion now, and the changes they made for the expansion are amazing. Adventure mode is great. It keeps the game fresh all the time. And
wait, what's adventure mode?
Okay, so when you beat the expansion, you unlock adventure mode, and what that does is in each act, there's 5 acts. You can go to each of the acts, and basically Tyrael's there, and it will assign you 5 missions inside that act, and they're just random little quests that you run out and do, and then when you complete all 5, you get like a treasure chest at the end. But and then on top of that, you also get these little shards to open up. You open up these Nephilim rifts. And so once you get like 5 shards, then you can open a rift, and then that's like the bonus zone. You go in there, you clear a bunch of monsters until this little meter fills up on the screen, and then a big boss spawns. It's good for getting legendaries and getting XP, and it's just kind of random. It's different all the time, so it's really cool.
Oh, nice. That does sound cool.
Yeah. So but that's not out for console yet. It's coming out pretty soon on the PS4. But no, I've been on PC.
Wait, is the expansion out on the PS3 and the Xbox 360?
No.
No. Okay.
No, they're releasing that on Xbox One and PS4, and it's called like Diablo 3 Ultimate
Prepare to
Edition
Die
or something.
Yeah.
Prepare to Die Edition. Hopefully not, because me and Cool It, we just started hardcore characters today, so I don't want to be doing any dying.
So is that like the Path of Exile, where when you die, your character's gone?
You're dead. Permadeath. Yeah.
Well, the difference is in Path of Exile, your character doesn't go away. It just gets moved over to regular League.
Right.
You know what I mean? In this, like, you you can't ever play it again.
It's gone. Yeah.
I haven't died in it yet. I have like 5 characters in hardcore mode right now.
Yeah.
You know, the highest is a little bit lower than your highest one, Quint, which we started today.
Yeah.
I had this game on the PC, which I no longer have because the X took it. So I got to buy the game again, but I don't know whether I want to get it on a console or the PC. Well, I mean, I don't really care about the expansion just yet. What should I buy it on, you think?
Ray, you want the expansion?
I do.
Are you going to buy a PS4?
Yes.
I would buy it on that then. I don't know. I mean, the PC is great.
Yeah,
too.
the PC is good. The only thing that bugs me about the console version of Diablo 3 is the interface is just a little weird, man. It just doesn't sit right. I think you'll get more enjoyment out of the PC unless you really want something cool you can just sit back on the couch and mess around on when you're not really wanting to pay too much attention. I really like it on the console, but the PC is definitely the definitive edition.
See, my answer to that would be this. When I'm sitting at my PC, the competition for other games is great.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, there's so many games I want to play. But when I'm sitting on the couch, I've got Legos and that. Well, I will have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all I have for my PS4.
Well, yeah, I'm still going to buy it on the PS4 when it comes out. So,
I mean, there has not been a game on the PS4 besides my children want to play that I want to play. So...
yeah.
I mean, it would be hard to buy like Battlefield, whatever they're up to, on the PS4 because I just think it's a better PC game, But, I don't know. I think Diablo 3 will, like you said, it translated well to the PlayStation 3, right?
Yeah.
As far as the control scheme.
Control's awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
And there's one thing that I do envy about the console edition that they don't have on the PC, and that is a dodge roll. Because on the console, one of your sticks, you can just flick it and you'll dodge roll out of the way of big attacks. There's nothing like that for the PC, as far as I know.
You can't hook in your Xbox controller and.
No, they said that because the game is balanced on the console for the dodge roll where it's not on the PC.
Yeah.
So if they were to add the console with the dodge roll, then it would be out of balance because they make the game work better. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It just feels better with that little dodge. That's awesome. I hope they eventually implement it.
So I honestly think that playing the hardcore mode, once you play the hardcore mode, you won't want to play the other modes. I don't know. Maybe you feel different.
You won't want to play other modes. I don't like it that much.
But I mean, just like the sense of danger, like it makes the game more fun. I think, you die, it's gone.
Yeah, it adds quite a bit of like the oh shit factor in there.
I'd have to beat it first. I think beat the game first and then do that.
But see, that's the problem is you have to beat the game in hardcore mode.
Yeah, to unlock adventure mode for hardcore. All the cool kids are playing hardcore, man.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
It's the only way to go. So,
That sounds interesting.
Yeah. So, anyways, moving on from that, the only other thing that I had time to mess around with, and it wasn't a lot of time, and unfortunately I'm now out of time, is the Albion Alpha. I got to play it for just a few hours, and that's it. But it's over now, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it went on maybe I don't know, another week or so past the last beta or last alpha test. Yeah, I played it a little bit more than you, more than Cool It probably too.
Right. Well,
I played it for like 10 minutes.
Nate, you got in a guild, right? And were you doing some stuff with those guys?
I got back in with Vendetta, and although I played it for the first 3 days or so, I mean, I think I got in like 8 to 10 hours.
Okay.
So not a ton. I got through Tier 3, which also isn't a whole lot. You get Tier 3 pretty quick now. And they upped the Tier 2 mats. So you get Tier 2 mats like crazy. Just in PvP, the housing, the new housing edition is very cool.
Oh, tell us about it.
So you can, before we got to the our little spot with the Vendetta, and we put down a tent, and that was it. Your tent held like 10 slots plus your battle vault. Now, if you have enough space, you can put down a house, which takes a lot more mats. You can walk in and out of your house. You can kind of decorate it. You can put in a couple of other features. And then there's other spots. If you're not in a guild, there are stuff not in the PvP zone that you can claim. And at least in the alpha, those slots got taken up very quick. but I think at launch this game is going to be incredibly huge, much more landmass than we currently have in these tests.
That's cool.
So
Yeah,
it is big of an issue.
I didn't get that far. I got in and maybe got a little past the first town, or I don't remember where it was, but I definitely did a little bit of harvesting and stuff. I can see kind of like I have a general idea of how the game is going to be now, and it seems like one of those games that would, at least for me, be more fun just sitting on like my tablet and just dinking around on.
Yeah, I think I was very high in the complexity in the first test, and now that I've played it another good chunk of hours, I think the complexity isn't quite what I thought it was. It's not a knock on the game necessarily. It's really fun. The PvP is great. The way our guild works together is very interesting, and it's a good game. But I think it doesn't have that Mortal Online, EVE Online complexity behind it, sandbox-wise. Probably not even Ultima Online. So I don't know how long it'll hold our interest for just a desktop version.
But that being said, I mean, we still don't really know everything they're going to add to it, right?
True, and you got to throw in this mobile factor, take this game anywhere with you.
Yeah.
Which will keep it relevant for quite a while.
Yeah, like I said, again, against competition for things, I mean, it's definitely going to win out over Clash of the Clans, right?
Right.
Competing with your time on your iPad. I mean, kind of look at things that way,
Yeah, I mean, there is enough there to get you to fire it up on the desktop. So,
yeah, no, for sure. Like, I don't know, I could see myself kind of taking care of mundane things on the iPad, and then when the whole guild's going to go out and, kick someone's ass, we're going to all get on our PCs and do it, right?
Right. Yeah, they fixed a couple of the UI tweaks. Like you could switch between your tools faster in this one now. You still have to go from a weapon to a tool, you still have to go on and equip it. But you can go from your tools to a weapon, and you can cycle your tools. So there's a couple of UI things that you still have to get in there, but it was overall a better alpha than last go around too, with
That's
more
good.
stuff in it.
It's good they're making progress and showing that. So what else you been playing, Nate? Let's move on to you.
Yeah, so we just talked about Albion. I was in that for a little bit. And then, of course, in Elder Scrolls Online with you guys. I was really down. I know we'll talk about it more later, but I was really down on the questing in beta. But I guess when a game is launched and I know my character isn't wiping, that all my progress isn't for anything, I can enjoy the questing and story more. So I've been kind of high on just going through the first quest zones and the first big zone you're in. Then I guess I built a brand new computer.
Well, that's right.
Nice.
Big monstrosity, full tower, Core i7,
Best,
NVIDIA
basically
770.
best of the best right now, aside from like a Titan card.
Well, no, I didn't buy. I think the 780. Then you got the TI.
Yeah.
Then you got the Titan. So
Yeah.
I didn't kind of go all out in the graphics card, but
How much is a Titan card?
Fucking lot.
1,000. I mean, this card was 330.
Yeah.
But so, I'm sitting there supposed to be gaming. I'm on my few rare nights, and I ended up installing all my Steam games and like firing them up and see what they look like.
Yeah, that's what I did when I first rebuilt my PC. It's like, oh, let's go check out Skyrim. Let's go check out Oblivion. Let's do this and that.
That's what I did when I got my Alienware laptop. It's like, well, let me see what those look like.
So some games you can tell look a lot better. Elder Scrolls Online, it looks amazing on the new computer.
Yeah.
And new monitor. I got a new 27-inch IPS monitor. And ESO's, man, it's so good looking. But then, like, I fire up Final Fantasy 14, it looks the same. I mean, I guess it's just a highly optimized
It worked
engine,
okay on your other one, maybe.
yeah. Things are performing a lot better. Like, I put on Arma 3. Oh, man, that game is crazy. That is so good looking. And then, so I'm supposed to be playing Elder Scrolls Online, and I get the itch to see what the Overhaul 3.0 patch looks like on Morrowind.
Mm-hmm.
I know we've talked about it in the past, but it's essentially one patch that you can download that completely overhauls the graphical look of Morrowind. And so I played that all day, about 6 hours, instead of playing Elder Scrolls. I don't know. I love Morrowind. It's probably, in my mind, the best Elder Scrolls Online game, or Elder Scrolls game, I guess.
Yeah.
And man, 3.0 looks great on this computer.
Yeah,
Like,
they did
it looks
good work
better
on
than
that.
vanilla Skyrim.
Yeah, the world does for sure.
Yeah.
The
It
water,
does-
everything.
Yeah, it does make the character models look better, but they're still
Yeah,
funky.
the mechanics still feel really dated too, but you know,
Yeah,
it's not like you do for that.
It's got a lot of like old school mechanics, gameplay wise. No quest tracker, no quest pins. Yeah, the behind the scene combat isn't as good. You know, it's like almost like you're playing an action EverQuest game.
Yeah, well, get the patch for the accurate hitting or whatever it is. Takes away the dice roll, so you hit whatever you swing at, and unless they block or move out of the way.
Well, you know, it's been so long since I played Morrowind for any length of time. I think I'll just stick with vanilla for a while.
Yeah.
And then, besides this graphic overhaul, then maybe throw in some more gameplay changing mods. Other than that, I got into Perpetuum. April 2nd was the buy to play launch.
Oh right.
So the population definitely went up. It was like under 50 people 2 weeks ago. And in our guild alone, Friday afternoon, there was 20 people, and there was close to 200 people online.
Yeah.
And then we got the big Steam launch coming soon, so maybe population will keep rising. But really, I haven't had a whole lot of gaming time to dump into a full-fledged sandbox. I've kind of been... Now you have to log in every 3 days to skill up.
Right, because you constantly... Well, before, when you were subbed, you constantly would accrue skill points, right, that you could distribute? Right. Yeah.
So now I'm just kind of hopping in, queuing up skills, and I'll try to find time for it next few weeks.
Yeah.
That's it for me.
Nice. So, hey, what was it, like a week ago? Or was it 2 weeks ago? Sunday morning, set the alarm for 3:45 a.m.
Yeah.
Rolled out of bed, made some coffee,
Mm-hmm.
came and sat at my computer, and Quint came on about 5 minutes later, and we played Elder Scrolls Online for like 18 hours.
It was not healthy.
It was
I was on 10 minutes later,
Mhm.
but it was
Yeah.
only like 6 a.m. for me.
So my finger, this little finger here, from holding that sprint button down,
Yep.
right? Oh my God! After 18 hours, that thing was just like, it was shaking and twitching. You know? So, you know what? I mean, we had a lot of fun. I mean, there's nothing more fun than a launch of an MMO. Having, like, we had about 10 people on by like an hour into the game, right?
Yep.
Somewhere around there. Power level to 10, PvP, got some great footage of that, which I haven't done anything with. The game launched smooth. People, is it a sandbox? I'm kind of tired of people like saying, okay, well, here's a sandbox, and here's a theme park, and every game has to be somewhere in between. Now, I don't really feel that way. I don't think that Elder Scrolls is a theme park 100%. And I also don't think it's a sandbox. It's a different kind of game, I think. What do you guys think about that?
I think you're definitely wrong there. It's not even a sand park, which is what you're
see,
describing.
But see, that's a retarded term.
It is a
Sand
retarded
park?
term, but what else are you going to do?
Well,
You gotta
no. You don't have to use those. People need to stop using those because it doesn't make any sense. It's the way you
All right,
play
I
the
could
game.
I could give you a minute-long explanation instead of a
Go ahead.
one-word explanation
Give it
if you
to me.
want. It is a great theme park with above-average
What does
questing.
theme park mean? Tell me what theme park means. Because
That means a linear
that's
progression.
your division. No, but it doesn't have a linear progression, really, because you don't have to go do anything. You can go PvP at level 10 the entire time, right? I don't do any quests hardly. We grinded mobs and went to PvP and stayed there. So is that a theme park? You play it as a theme park. It doesn't mean that the game is.
Yeah, but the PvP has no tie back into the actual game world. It's kind of...
Well, maybe the PvP world is the game world for me, right?
Right.
So
you're getting some planet side too here. It's capture keep, take keep, lose keep.
well,
You know,
if you do that, but you don't have to. You can go do dungeons. You can go stand in a path between their base and the keep and just gank people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The point is,
that's what we did.
that's what we did.
And that was awesome because everyone can stealth. So everyone just hides out up on top of a rock, highway bandits, and catch people running back to the battle. And that was good times. That was some of the most fun I've ever had PvPing in any game.
Me too. That first day, you know, I mean, and I don't know, every time I PvP in that game, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I don't see a lot of value in the other part of the game because the crafting isn't really, I mean, character progression kind of, I don't know. You can't, there's not a good economy in the game. There's hardly any economy in the game. You end up getting so much gear that I don't really necessarily think that crafting, like if you want to spend a lot of time crafting and upgrading your gear, and then, you know, 2 minutes later you get a drop that's better than all that. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah.
you're leveling. I don't think any of that's going to come into play until the end of the game,
Yeah.
until you hit max level. Because if you're 15, so if Quint and I are rolling in a dungeon, and he's level 20, I'm level 15, and let's say we're in the PvP zone, so we're both scaled to 50, but if he gets a drop, it's going to be a level 20 drop. If I get a drop, it's going to be a level 15 drop. And I don't know. I'm not digging. There's not a lot of danger in the game. You know,
Right.
when you're PvPing, you die. Well, now we have soul shards. You can res each other. But, I mean, it's fun, and you don't want to die. But I don't see a lot of substance in the game. You know, I'm not saying it's a bad game. I just don't think it's for me. It's like, I think about the time I spend there when I'm playing, we're all rolling together PvPing. It's a blast, you know. But, I don't know, Mortal Online to me just kind of, you know, you get games like that have just so much more depth, I think.
Yeah.
I don't, you know, but I'm not saying it's a bad game, it's a good game or anything like that. I had some of the best times that first day PvPing. It was awesome. I'm kind of going to leave it at that. You know, the launch was awesome. It was, you know, we got up, I figured we'd get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and sit there and hit F5 for an hour, you know, or something like that.
Mhm.
But no, we got right into the game.
Yeah, well, it's been smooth. They've had a couple of issues, but as far as launch issues go, this is pretty bearable. Very
Yeah.
bearable.
There's never been an issue when I tried to play. That doesn't mean there wasn't issues, but it's never hindered me if I got lucky or whatever. So besides that, I've been playing Perpetuum. I've been playing a little bit more than you, Nate. I've been actually mining and, you know, building some cash in the game, trying to get my guys up to the next level ships. It's a good game. You know, I've got 3 lifetime accounts now, so, you know, I don't see any reason not to play it. You know, I don't necessarily have to jump into it. I wonder, though, if this was a last-ditch effort for that game. If this doesn't work, if it's going away. Who knows?
Did you get any PvP in?
I did. So here's what happened. So I joined the corp, and they go, "Hey, we're gonna have we're gonna go do a 5 versus 5 with our alliance people." And I'm like, "Cool," you know. So I bring my ship out there, and I kind of, you know, change a little things around for PvP. I put a light frame on it so it moved a little bit faster.
Yep.
And we get out there, we spawn into the spot, and bam, they have 10 guys and they just kill us instantly. And I'm like, dude, what? I thought it was a 5 versus 5. Yeah, well, they shouldn't have brought that many. It's like, oh, they're our allies, you know. That's kind of not real cool about that, but yeah. It's cool.
It was like a sparring training thing with allies, and they show up with 10 guys instead of 5.
And just to let people know, you lose your ship. I mean, I lost like, you know, 5 million nick off of that little 5-second jaunt into the, you know, whatever. Easy come, easy go, right? You know, I don't know if last time we podcast, if I'd already tamed my Minotaur in.
Yeah, you had a long explanation for how you got to it.
Yeah, well, I got one. I don't know if I had gotten it. Got that Minotaur, badass.
How's it working out for you? How are you using it?
I just put it in the. I haven't been rolling around with it.
Yeah.
Because in Vada, there's been these people that have been killing pets.
Oh.
And I really haven't figured out how they do it. Like, it's not easy to kill a Minotaur.
Like within guard zones?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're like suiciding, but they're taking pets out, or I don't know what they're doing. I didn't really like stick around too long to see it. I'm gonna go get some food for the guy and pull him out. Maybe move him over to Tindrum and.
So you can stable them?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. I
Just-
didn't know you could do that.
You cannot trade dominated pets. You can trade, like I can give you a horse I tame, but domination doesn't work that way. Anyway, it's cool. I kind of feel like all the games that are coming out, like I need to play Immortal right now because I'm afraid we're gonna get sucked into other things in the rest of the year. And like right now is my window to play Mortal, and that's what I'm probably gonna spend most of my time doing right now. But you log into Diablo 3, it's like, man, let me just do one more thing, one more.
Yep.
And they did make that game more like the predecessor. Not the predecessor. More like what Diablo 3 after playing Diablo 2 you would think it would be.
Yeah.
It's definitely more that way. There's great loot. It's kind of like everything in one account. Like everything on your account is shared. Like if you level up your blacksmithing is shared and your bank is shared. And then hardcore has a whole nother, you go to hardcore, your bank's not there anymore and your blacksmith level isn't there. So
Yeah, you're starting all over.
Yeah, it's cool, I think. I have like 4 characters in hardcore mode now, and I'm probably gonna roll everything in hardcore mode just because.
I think that's what I'm going to do from now on as well.
Yeah. You know what I wish they'd do in that game? And I know that if you go into like the little area, remember when we went in that area, we fought each other like for a while?
Yeah, the brawling area, I don't remember what they called it, but yeah.
We can go in there and just kind of kick each other's ass. Well, that, if you die in that, you do not lose your character in hardcore.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. And that being said, that's what I was told. I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I'm not going to try it.
But I asked in chat in the game, and they said, no, you don't die. But
Trolls.
Yeah, who knows?
But hey, we could roll level 1s and then go in there and try it.
Sure,
Just test it out. Might as well.
So, that being said, though, Diablo 3, I don't know what their plans are, but I think it'd be really cool if they added some, like, battlegrounds, like maybe even, like, sort of like a
MOBA style?
Battleground, or a MOBA style one, or like a, capture the flag or something with your characters. I think it'd be cool.
Blizzard, so you said, like, Diablo 3 surprises you how much it can capture you.
Mm-hmm.
So recently I went and downloaded Hearthstone.
Oh, geez, no.
I'm thinking the whole time it's been in the news. I'm thinking this game is awful and not for me. It's not any fun.
No, dude.
It's like it was a big old long rabbit hole of me checking out Hearthstone.
Yeah.
I put it down now. I'm waiting for it to come to the iPad.
So I got
I think it's out on the iPad now.
Yeah. So here's the deal. So if you do this, okay, I think this is how you can get it. And I'm not positive. I want to check right now because I have my iPhone set to Canadian App Store.
Yeah. If you sign in through the Canadian App Store, you can get it.
Let me see right now. I'm going to check for you. Sorry, everyone at home, but you might want to know. A good place to find out about all your phone games, your mobile games, is that what is it called?
That's only iPad. You probably may not show up in that store.
Touch Arcade. They have they talk about a lot of that stuff. And I have their app, so it's pretty easy. Anyway, I don't see it here right now, but
they might have changed it because I listened to the Instance, and one of the guys on there hosts a Hearthstone podcast, talks strategy and all that stuff, and he has it on the iPad. He said he got it from the Canadian thing. So
we're actually going to switch our podcast over to just trading card games.
Yep.
I can't imagine listening to a Hearthstone podcast.
I'm just saying,
sorry,
Blizzard is great at taking something and boiling it down to just pure fun, right?
Yeah.
Taking some formula and just whatever they do, they come out with polished and crazy fun.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm looking forward to trying Heroes of the Storm. I'm not a MOBA guy at all. I've never tried League of Legends or the other ones, Dota.
They're making one?
They scare me. Oh, yeah. And it's got all the Blizzard heroes. So you can play Diablo, Tyrael, the dudes from StarCraft, guys from Warcraft.
Tank from StarCraft. One of the characters is like a tank or something.
Yeah, so it apparently it's in Friends and Family Alpha right now, and people are saying it's really good. So
Yeah, no, I'm, Diablo's probably, Diablo 1 and 2 is probably some of the best games I ever played, before I got really into MMOs.
yeah, Diablo
Speaking
2
of
was
when
awesome.
I first got into MMOs, so they gave us free level, whatever, 80, 85 characters in EverQuest. What's the cap?
The cap is like 100, but they gave you 85 characters. Yeah.
Yeah, 95 or 100 now.
So I rolled that and I go, well, I'll just download the game because I think it's free to play, or I don't know how it works,
Mhm.
but I was able to play it, and I created my level, whatever, max high level enchanter.
Which
You know,
you made a enchanter?
Yeah.
What'd you make, Quint?
I didn't take advantage of that. I've already got like 3 characters above 85.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
yeah.
I did a dwarf rogue.
What
Nice.
server did you roll on? Did you roll on the one that they recommended?
I did the role playing server.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, you
Furion of I that's the most populated server.
Yeah, that's why I did that.
Yeah, so this is what happened. Then I said, you know what? I don't want to start from that level. I haven't played this game forever, so I rolled a level 1 character, and I went running around, and I died. And I came back to life, wherever, you respawn, and I had all my stuff on me still. And I was like, this isn't EverQuest. So then I went, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
No Corpse Run? No Corpse Run is not EverQuest, in my opinion. I didn't know they took that out. That's how long it's been since I played.
It
So
took it
that-
out like 10 years ago. It's been
Yeah.
out a long time.
It's been a while.
But that's what I remember the most about that game.
Yeah.
So then I rolled a character on Project 1999, and I've been playing it a little bit. I started in Kinos, and it took me like an hour to figure out how to get out of town. I don't know if you remember those corridors are really weird. Yeah.
Yeah, you think Kinos is bad? The what's it called? Nariak, the Dark Elf town. When I first got EverQuest 1, I was lost in that town for about 3 hours. I had no idea where to go. I didn't know how to talk to anyone. This was like 2001 or something like that. It was crazy. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So, that's fine. I want to play more. If I had more time, I'd play that. I don't know. It is a long grind. But I wanted to start kind of like the first MMO I ever played was EverQuest 1. And I started right about that time.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to start in the same area. Just remember the cackling of those skeletons, and then they die, and then you hit the sound of their bones drop.
Yep.
It's just like memories,
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
And when I first started playing, I didn't know anything. I made it to like level 9 in a month. I didn't know what I was doing. I was playing a ranger the first time. Anyway,
It was a long time to level in that game.
Mhm.
Long time.
it's I don't know. It's just I don't know. It was just fun to play it and remember. Back then. I think that emulator does a good job of capturing that time and for that game.
Yeah.
I play a little Landmark, just kind of check out the changes of Landmark. Game's coming along nicely. I played it for a decent amount of time and realized that it's like I don't really want to do all this until it's a little bit further along where there's maybe some combat and maybe a few other things in it. I also played. I'm like a backer of Star Citizen. I don't know if you guys are.
No.
No.
So
not
I
yet.
logged in and walked around my hangar a little bit. And then
That's all you can do right now, right?
I don't know. There was like these targets and a gun, and I sat in the gun. It was like a gun you sit in, and I sat in it, but I couldn't figure out how to shoot it. I don't know. I was just checking it out. Then I tried to check out a little bit of what is that other the Richard Garriott game?
Stride of the Avatar.
Yeah.
Okay.
I patched that up to try to log in, but it wasn't time to do it.
I
think
did a Tug. Did you download that yet? Cool it.
No. Did you? Well, I did download it, and then I was gonna buy it, and I read the forums. They go, don't buy it yet because the multiplayer one, when you log out, everything, it doesn't save your progress.
Oh, okay.
Is that accurate, or you just?
I have no idea. I was in it for 10 minutes. It
What'd
looks
you think?
It looks pretty, sort of.
Yeah.
I haven't played enough to comment really. Yeah, who knows? It looks like a pretty Minecraft, I guess.
Hey, and I wanted to thank Nate for turning me onto that book, Snow Crash, and
That's,
just digging into that. That's a great. Is there a movie about that?
I don't think so.
That'd make an awesome movie.
Yeah, it would make a good
What is
movie.
this about?
Well, I asked Nate the other day. I go, hey, do you know a book? Do you think of a book? Because Nate reads, he
Nerd.
lives in Texas and it's boring out there. Either that or fuck cows or something. I don't know. Are we allowed to say that? No. And because we're both big fans of Ready Player One, the book. Did you ever read that, Quint?
I'm actually reading it right now. I just started it a few days ago.
Dude, that's so awesome. I asked him, do you know any books like what would be like that? And he recommended this, and he was dead on that. So, good book.
Yeah, it's a cyberpunkish little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna be asking for another one soon because I'm about done with that one. But anyway, so that's what I've been playing. I want to say one thing before I forget. We used to game with a guy named Thrazian, and he moved to Europe.
He's in England or something.
Yeah, just want to say hi to him, man. Shoot us a line. Let us know how you're doing out there.
Yeah, he hit me up on Steam briefly, and then he was already logged off. I messaged him back and hadn't got a reply. So
So hopefully he's still listening to our cast. But just want to say, hey,
I
what's
saw
up,
he
bro?
bought a game. He bought a game on Steam.
What did he buy?
Let me look, I'll tell you.
We're gonna start this whole
This
thing.
is the news. What Thrazian bought on Steam according to Nate.
Oh man.
Started a worldwide manhunt. So, was that it, Cool?
Yeah, that's all. Yes.
Let's start getting into some of these headlines, man.
All right.
We got
Crusader
a lot.
Kings 2.
Yeah. Screw that game.
What the hell's Crusader Kings 2? I've never heard.
Oh shit! No, he has 82 hours in that game.
Oh.
What is that game? I mean,
it is an
but 82 hours.
RTS game. Oh, EverQuest 2. playing
EverQuest
that.
2?
Oh, playing these shitty
Forget
games.
it, Thrazian. Don't call. Don't look us up, man. Forget it.
All right. Well, let's go into this. The first thing on the news lineup here is Ultima Online's State of the Game address. Nate, did you get a chance to see this?
I skimmed it.
Okay, tell us what you think, because I tried to find the video because they live streamed it to YouTube and all kinds of stuff. I can't find the video of it anywhere. I've been looking, so.
I was kind of like blah 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 blah, fixing things.
Yeah.
New UO expansion possibly this year. I was like, cool.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear.
Let me ask you this: Did they call what is it, Burning Seas? Did they call that an expansion? Was that an expansion or was that?
Yeah, I think it
Yes.
was an expansion. It added a lot of content to the game.
But I'm just trying to decide. I'm trying to figure out if they consider that an expansion.
Yeah,
Okay.
the High Seas one or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
hmm
Anyways, go ahead.
It's just good to see him doing crap with the game.
Yeah, I'm glad that EA has kind of a little bit taken their talons out of that and let someone who seems like they actually care about the direction of the game to kind of take the reins up and hopefully put some good work into it because it needs it.
It's hard to play the modern one though. I like that new client a lot, but it's a very item-driven game where it wasn't like that in the old Ultima.
It's not the way it was. Yeah, there's so many stats and items, and it's crazy because now there's almost like another little mini game in it now to where there's sort of character builds that you can follow and build up, and then you have to get certain gear, and then now I have this sort of I have a stealth assassin archer, and this is like the build for that guy, and it almost reminds me of what happened in the day with Diablo 2, where people would come out with these crazy builds, and it wasn't like Diablo 3 where you could change anything at any time. You created a character, you put the skills in, and there was no reset button. That was it. Like you built that character. So, in Ultima now,
I was making a Sampire, so I was trying to go get certain gear for that to make it work.
Yeah,
And
and and to say, in Ultima you can reset your stuff. It just takes a long time. It's not worth it to do that. But yeah, it's still fun. It is, you playing in Feluca though. That's where all the good stuff goes down.
Yeah, they've got 50% on the new client, 50% on the old 2D client now.
Yeah, I like the new client.
I'm a fan.
You know what I like? I like the new client because man, I can't hardly see the other one.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's true.
It's
I
so
actually I
small.
like the way that it's still 2D, but it's a 2D, 3D, and I like the way a lot of the art looks.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah, they did a good job. They finally got it right because they tried so many times to put that game to like a sort of semi 3D client. I remember getting into the beta for Ultima Online Third Dawn back when they actually like mailed out CDs. So I signed up. I remember my CD came in the mail. I'm like, yeah, put this on. You know, it was so bad. It was so horrible. And then they tried again a couple times, and then this one they finally got it to where it works and it's functional and it's good. So, but no, I'm looking forward to see what Broadsword has in store. Hopefully some good stuff. I'd like to get back in there and try it out again.
I think I will for sure go back if they.
I'm downloading it right now.
Out.
I'm just kidding. I'm
you
such
would.
a sucker, man.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually on their website now.
Yeah.
You know what though? I do have a little bit of an issue with, and I know, whatever, but does it really have to be $15 for that game?
Yeah,
No, it doesn't.
That's the thing. I don't know. I think forever it was $9.99 or something like that for a long time, and then I think when Third Dawn came out, that's when they said, okay, we need to up the expansion. We need to, we got the new expansion. We got to up the subscription price, and it went to like $12.99, and now is it really $15?
It's got the content to support $15. Even
Well, wait a second though.
but
EverQuest 1 has the content that's free.
But EverQuest's free-to-play model is not that great, dude.
Is that okay?
Yeah, I mean, they've lightened up a lot of the restrictions, but, there's a lot of gear restrictions and bags and this and that. It's like, I would rather pay a sub than microtransaction all of that crap.
But with UO, you end up buying a house, and when you get a house, you start working on that house. You don't want to lose your sub, you lose the house.
Oh, yeah.
So you end up keeping this sub while not playing the game.
I'm guilty of that, dude. I held a sub for like a year.
But
So
you
I
can
wish-
box up your house, right?
Dude, it is a pain in the ass. You can't, as far as I know, you can't, like, I have everything that was from my house. I have like, however many, 15 years worth of, like, rare items, shit that I collected back in the day, just in the bank vaults of across like 7 characters, because each character's bank is only so big, and you can pay to have it expanded, but it's like all that crap does not fit in one person's inventory. So I've got everything of mine strewed across multiple characters. I had to get my brother to create an account or to sign back up on his account to help me like haul stuff back and forth from my house to the banks, and then deconstruct my house before I cancel my subscription last time.
If they make this $4.99, right? That's $60 for the entire year to keep your house. It's a price of one brand new game to have a house for the whole year.
I'd probably keep it up all year long.
If I was into the game to play it every now and then, I'd probably do it. But at $15 a month, that's a lot bigger.
Yeah,
monetary
especially
investment.
you got so many other games out now, and everything's $15 a month. And
Do you think that there's, why don't they have, this has got to be able to be transferred over to the iPad or a tablet at some point, right?
hopefully,
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah, it would be good. It could play a lot like Albion, little isometric tap the screen, move around, or Baldur's Gate, So that's that.
Baldur's Gate plays okay on the iPad.
Does it? Yeah, I don't have it on my tablet. I don't even think it's out on Android, is it?
No,
Yeah.
I don't know.
those guys.
I didn't like the way it converted the iPad, to be honest with you. It's just,
It's had some patches since you played it last. You might try updating it and see what you think now.
yeah, maybe. So, Ultima, let's talk about Worm.
All
I'm
right.
very curious about this new server.
Yeah, they've got different sizes for their servers. Their biggest server is like 16 kilometers, something like that.
Is that Freedom or?
I think it's on Freedom, although Serenity on the PvP server is pretty big too. But this mega server, they're calling it, is 4 times the size of that, which would be pretty massive. It could take hours to get across one of those.
Is
maps.
it a PvP server?
I have no idea. It's in testing. My guess is it would be a new PvE server.
All right, no one cares.
Yeah.
Move on.
Definitely cool technology. I mean, to have that big of a game, it's a really big zone.
Yeah.
Who knows? If the testing goes well, they'll put the server out, and then we'll get more details.
Cool.
Still, one of those games have yet to get in there. I still want to try
It's a
it
cool
though.
game, man. It's a really cool game.
Mhm.
Yeah, one time this year, we'll buy a plot of land, play it for a month or two, and let you check it out.
I'll be in.
So would that be before Mortal, before Perpet? Before they go back to you, when is that going to be? Because
I know.
I'm not really sure what you're talking about.
We're gonna do Perpetuum, Mortal.
See, I'm not even gonna touch Perpetuum, man.
Well, what are we going to play? Goat Simulator. I don't know when that one's falling.
Oh.
out.
I'm gonna buy that game, stick it on a computer
I-
for my kids.
I left that off my what I played. I bought Goat
Did you
Sim.
play it?
Yeah, I bought it. Well, I bought it for my girlfriend when she first got her new laptop, and I sat there for like a half hour, just messing around, blowing stuff up, jumping off things, and it is mindless, stupid fun that will probably keep you busy for about an hour, and then you're gonna be like, let's fuck this.
Yeah.
But it's cool.
It'll be like 50 cents at Christmas.
I think I got it for $6. I found a deal, like a discount code or something.
Speaking of discount codes, man, did you buy the Dark Souls 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did too.
Mm-hmm.
Soon.
I know.
Later this month?
April 25th, I think.
Nice.
Like next week or 2 weeks from now.
I think I've decided I'm not gonna buy that. I've got so much in one to play.
You're gonna buy it. You're gonna buy it.
Probably,
You
but-
might not think you're gonna buy it, but let's just mark this down. When it comes out and Nate buys it, I'll say, "I told you you would," because he will.
Dude, I'm
he will
s-
buy it, dude.
I'm struggling to not buy it on PS3 right now. Like, every time I go to the grocery store, I hit the red box, see if they got it in there for rent.
I would just buy it on PS3 if I were you.
No
it doesn't
way.
look any better on the computer. Well, unless they optimize this one more.
No. I listened to a review about the PC version, and they said it's for sure the one to buy.
Yep.
For sure.
Better
The last
graphics.
one, it was not any better.
No, that's because it was an afterthought of a thing. This time they said they've got the controls down, everything works perfect. The graphics resolution, you can look on, I think IGN.com has a video comparing the graphics between PS3 and the PC, and it looks good. Why are you shaking your head?
I don't know if I can buy this thing. It's gonna happen.
We got it for like $30, man. Right?
Yeah.
Is that still?
I
Probably not, huh?
It's like 40 now.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if they send the keys out. I haven't got the keys. They're supposedly going to send the CD key
Yeah.
whenever the game launches, so who knows.
They may not have gotten them yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. So that's cool. So Smedley, was it Smedley talking about, all you Star Wars Galaxy fans are going to really dig our next game coming out, right? So he said something like that, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then he kind of backtracked and said, "All right, I'm sorry I said that, but it's way too late." That's all that's in anyone's heads is that this is supposed to be Star Wars Galaxy's bet
Yeah.
home.
So the game is H1Z1, and it's going to be a post-apocalyptic sandbox MMO.
Yep. First-person
you know.
shooter.
First person, think about DayZ, but a real MMO server type thing.
Yeah.
That's what I
this,
get for
this,
it, right?
this is DayZ with a massive multiplayer server.
Yeah.
Well, I read one comment somewhere on this, and the person says, "Well, I'd play it if there was a PvE server." I was like,
Oh, no way.
I
Really?
wanted to reach through the computer. Oh my
Yeah,
god!
we've got a comment in our chat from Waz Cool talking about PvE server in Zion.
Oh, what happened?
Well, they just launched a PvE server. Like, there's
Yeah.
no PvP there at all. And so, of course, everyone leaves and plays on the PvE server in Zion.
The other server died.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh
whatever.
man, I don't know what's wrong with people. Is it because everyone's not? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Why wouldn't you want to fight people in a game? I don't know why. Why would you want a place where you can't do that?
I think
don't
people
get it.
want a choice, which is why you can kind of do what Eve did, right? Which is you put like high sec, low sec, null sec. You can
Yeah.
kind of segregate them a little bit. But back to this H1Z1 thing, there was a couple problems with DayZ. for one, it's not that many players. You're talking what, under 100 players per server?
Right.
Oh, I thought it was way under.
Yeah, maybe it's
64?
like 64. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just guessing.
And then I don't know how it is now. They may have changed it some, but for a long while, you could literally go to one server, get a gun, go to the other server, and kill someone with it. I mean, when you died, you would still lose all your stuff, which was cool. So having that permanent place to call yours, and where you got to build your own little shelter, fight off other people, play with the same large group of people, I mean, thousands of players. The H1Z1 may be a DayZ clone, but I think as long as the game is fun and well made, it should be a lot better than DayZ. At least for me.
Yeah, I the other cool thing about it is to say, he says like we'll be playing it in a month or two.
Yeah, they said like 6 weeks or something like that. The PC version is going to get released, and then it's coming out on PS4 as well.
Nice. See, Nate,
What's that?
PS4, bro. Go buy it.
Yeah,
Go buy
SOE.
it. We'll wait for you. Go buy it right now. So that's what's kind of like when I decided between the PS4 and the Xbox One. I mean,
Yeah.
there was just like SOE. There's no question. I mean, EverQuest Next, Landmark, now
PlanetSide.
this, PlanetSide, and then DCUO, which I'm not really a big fan of, but it's still there.
Yeah.
And compared to what's on the Xbox One, nothing. They're gonna have
Titanfall. They got Titanfall, and that's it.
They're gonna have they'll have Final Fantasy HIV, right?
No.
No,
Huh?
that's only PS4.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, kind of a bummer for Xbox people, but
Yeah.
there's not
Titanfall's a big exclusive. It's a big exclusive. So
not
Yeah,
really exclusive
But
though.
even the Titanfall devs were not happy with the Xbox One. I mean, they've already made the deal for Titanfall 2 is not going to be an Xbox game exclusive. It's going to be multi-platform. So,
I'd like to try that. I'd actually like to try. I'll wait till it's on sale for cheap on Steam,
yeah.
but I heard good things about it.
Yeah, it looks fun.
yeah, if you want
So-
a shooter.
So we will definitely be waiting for H1Z1. For
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I really want to play this. One of my all-time favorite concepts is a zombie sandbox MMO, and this could be it. Hopefully. So
And what else? What else is there? I mean, there was, to a point, Fallen Earth, which was a great. I still want time to play that game. I'd still like to get back into that game. But there really hasn't been any, has there?
no, there was State of Decay. They first announced they were making a zombie MMO, and then scaled that back to release a single-player game, which ended up being State of Decay. So supposedly their second game or third game maybe will be their MMO project.
Yeah.
But that's not SOE. SOE is a much bigger, more experienced MMO company.
Yeah, and you know what? One of the cool things about they did like an announcement video. It's funny if you ever watch Smedley when he's like doing these announcements or he's on the video. He's sitting there playing the game and he's talking to the guy and he's just like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "Oh, hold on." You blasting people in the head. Like you could tell he's just like he is a big kid. He actually he really loves what he does, and you just know he's so excited for the game.
One thing they said this game too is it's going to start off with a certain amount of land, and then it can just expand the more they add to it.
Yeah, I heard that.
And it's going to be like building communities and like everyone get together and build up around, and right? Isn't they say that this was supposed to happen?
Yep.
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean that's what I want. I'm kind of worried about how much RPG is in this. How much character? Because I guess there's no stats and skills to pick up.
Right. Okay.
But that being said, Nate, I mean, there's very little of that in Albion Online as well. And
True. Yeah.
even if you talk about a game like Minecraft, there is no, your character doesn't go anywhere. But later on, you're building all kinds of crazy stuff. You can't do that when you first start. Maybe it's going to be like that. And even like Landmark.
Yeah, it's like a world progression instead of character progression.
Right. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know anything. I'm just saying,
because
there isn't exactly, your character's not moving forward, doesn't mean that you're not still progressing and getting to higher levels of something.
Mm-hmm.
I read one dev comment that made the crafting in H1Z1 sound a lot like what they have in Rust. as far as
I need to get back
progressing
into that game. Have you played it much?
I haven't bought it yet.
Oh, I think I'm gonna do that when we're done here. I think I'm gonna jump into Rust, see where they're at on that, because the game has like cool ideas, like survival. I mean, I just always wanted that. Like, I would love for there to be a game where you're like on a deserted island, you know, and you just start, you know, you build stuff, and then maybe later on you can build a boat and you can get off the island and go to a bigger island. I don't know. I mean,
It is a game that you're describing. You actually go into space. What's that game?
Kerbal?
No.
What, Starbound?
No, it's never mind. I can't think of the name of it. It was crazy though. You start a guy on a desert island, and then later on he's like in space.
Huh.
Some kind of
I
survival.
want to know what name it is. Was it good?
It looked cool.
Well, you didn't buy it.
Oh, it's not out yet.
Oh,
It's being developed.
that's cool. Well, I'll be playing that one eventually then. So
Okay, cool.
yeah, tell me, huh?
What were you gonna say? I was gonna say I want to know about the Darkfall patch.
I know nothing about it, man.
Oh, you're the
You know
Darkfall
what's
guy.
funny is yesterday we had a pool party, and
Mhm.
you know, MMO Smack Talk Ryan was the guy who created MMO Smack Talk, and I know everyone. He was a great podcaster, and he lives near me. And he came over, and we had some beers by the pool yesterday, and I was like, because before Darkfall Unholy Wars launch, he was interviewing a lot of great players in Darkfall 1, and then he never really played Darkfall Unholy Wars that much, and we were kind of talking about it, and it's like, you know, I honestly, after getting into Mortal Online, it's very hard to ever imagine going back to Darkfall. Darkfall 1 maybe, but I don't know. You know, so I know nothing about this territory patch. Do you know anything, Nate?
Of course I do.
All right,
Let's hear it.
let's do it.
That's why I'm here, right? So Darkfall and Holy Wars, this patch is pretty cool. They're doing some really neat things. I think they're finally making territory control meaningful in this game.
Good.
So now when you take or you own a part of a map, right? You'll get like a sphere of control, and that sphere of control will do all sorts of things. You get like pools of money from people doing PvE in the area. You get little bonuses like combat bonuses for your guys where you can fight better in those spheres. So there's real reasons to get territory, and not only that, get certain territory, right? If you get like this area has some PvE that's really needed and you control that sphere, right? You're gonna make more money. So you'll have more reason to fight over these things, right? It's a pretty neat idea anyways.
You know what would bring me back to that game? If there was so almost everything in the game that really revolves around stuff like we're talking about, you need like 25 active people, right?
Okay.
Wouldn't
Yeah.
you say?
Yeah.
It would be nice if there was like if I could go do something with a smaller group, like myself or like 5 of us, you know? It seems like that game, it's really hard to do a lot unless you have a large amount of people that actively play the game. And for me,
to control the territory, yeah.
you know, so I mean that's where they're putting their content right now is territory control.
Well, I
And-
mean, when the game came out, right, there was no reason to hold a keep, and they made it hard to, what do you call it? You could build them up, they get destroyed really quick, so no one was owning them or putting any effort into them.
You know why you wanted to keep it in Darkfall 1? Why you wanted to keep it so you can macro?
Yeah, that was pretty much it, huh?
Well, that and if there was a mine.
Mm-hmm.
So because you didn't get rare ores off of regular nodes, you had to get rare ores off of a mine in a keep. So anyway, there was a few of them out that were in a little village or something. But anyway, yeah, you know, I don't know. I don't see myself going back to Darkfall. You know, all the games we've talked about we want to play, that one's just not making the cut right now. For me,
No, well, this is good. This is a very sandbox-oriented feature that makes territory control matter in that game. So if they keep bringing stuff like that back, you'll have a hard time, at least not want to go back in and check it out.
yeah, I don't know, maybe.
You go back.
You know, we
always
were
go
talking
back.
about, you know, I think we talked about last time, or maybe it hadn't happened yet, where Mark Zuckerberg bought the Oculus Rift, right?
Right.
And it's like a lot of people are like saying like this is bad. Oh, this sucks. It's like, dude, this is the best thing that could have happened to Oculus Rift.
I agree.
This is going to be freaking awesome, man. And everyone's like, well, I know people kind of like, it's like that band that you liked as a kid, and then they got really popular. Now everyone likes them, it's not that way. The Oculus Rift is going to explode because of this.
Yep.
And, people say, well, Facebook, fuck it, dude. I see this as a great thing. And we're all talking about this and we're saying, well, what game would you want the Oculus Rift on? And my answer was Mortal Online. What would your answer be?
Probably, Mortal Online. Eve.
Eve would be good.
Yeah.
I don't know about Eve though. I mean, maybe more like not Eve, but maybe like Star said. Well, they're all getting it. Elite Dangerous.
Yeah, I guess because those are the more Twitch. Maybe use a bad one. Yeah, Mortal Online for sure.
So we did hear in the new patch notes that the Oculus Rift, there's like, it's trickling into the patch notes of Mortal, so it's definitely, it must be coming, or they're trying to make it come there. So you actually got to try one this weekend, right?
Yesterday actually, I got to try the Oculus Rift, and I didn't even know that I was going to, because a buddy of mine came down from Colorado. We went out, took him out to dinner, and we went and had some drinks at Dave & Buster's. And I was sitting there and watching this off-road racing game from the table. I'm like, are those dudes wearing Oculus Rifts? I was like, oh my god, they are. Walked over there, checked out. They had all these chairs set up on hydraulics with with steering wheels. And it's a Mickey Thompson style, pre-runner off-road racing truck game. And everyone's strapped in with the Oculus Rifts on their face. And so I was like, dude, we got to try this. I need to try this. Because everyone says, oh, yeah, didn't really care until I tried it. And then it was like, oh, my God, this is amazing. It changes everything. So I did.
Feel that way?
Yeah. Yeah, I was iffy about it. And one thing I will say is I think these were older generation Oculus Rifts. I don't think these are the new ones after they completely...
I don't think the new ones are out yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're on the second gen, though.
Yeah, because the first ones were accelerometer based, so there was always this weird little lag. Whenever you turn your head, it wasn't 1-to-1.
And I heard it made people feel a little bit nauseous.
It gave you motion sickness. The new ones are done with motion capture, so it's actually like 1-to-1 accurate. So these were the older generation ones. But you're sitting in the driver's seat of that car, holding on to the steering wheel, and you look around. Look out the window. You see out the window. Look up, down. And you're driving. You're drifting around corners, and it was awesome, dude.
So did the steering wheel have like force feedback and?
Yeah, everything, man. You turn.
There fans blowing on you?
No fans.
Oh.
Yeah, but you hit a turn and you're leaning. The car's leaning. You feel the seat leaning and shaking, and it's funny because my girlfriend was sitting next to me and she's in there screaming, ah! The guys come over, are you okay? She's like, oh, I just flew off a cliff. I'm like, oh man. It was fun though, man. I really, I'm excited to see what they're going to do as far as the technology progresses, because supposedly, they want to get this thing down to sunglass size and have it small and in every house, and I would totally buy one now.
I almost buyed one.
Yeah, I know. We're one step away from Oasis, right?
So you gotta get the gloves though, man.
Yeah. If they have like mocap gloves that you could actually move your hands in front of your face and see it, because that's kind of weird when you look down and you're like, whoa, dude, I don't have hands. Like, okay, hold on. It takes a second to adjust, but once you're there,
so supposedly the Sony one has a little gap under your eyes so you actually see your hands.
Right. Yeah, the Sony one looks sleek, man. It looks good.
I don't know. I'm waiting for all this stuff. Just bring it.
Yeah.
Just make it open. Not open source. Don't try to lock it in, though. Man, that's just going to screw it up. That's why I'm not so disappointed that it's Facebook.
Yeah.
Because they're not tied to anything, really, when it comes to that, Mac, Xbox, PlayStation, maybe Xbox and PlayStation are not going to allow it on theirs. Like, I don't know if the PlayStation would, because they'll have their own.
Man, it would be nice to buy one device, right, and then have it work on all your stuff.
Yeah.
Like a monitor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like a monitor,
Yep.
I don't know. Anyway, fuck yeah.
I know.
Hurry up, make that thing. Get it in my house. I almost bought it for $350. Like, as soon as I heard that, I went, oh.
No, now you got to wait for the Zuckerbucks edition,
Yeah, exactly. Good call.
Zuckerbucks edition.
For
Yeah.
sure.
That's going to be the one to buy.
Remember that game Black Desert? I don't know if we've talked about it.
Mhm.
I watched some gameplay footage of that.
The gameplay combat footage.
Holy cow, that game looks bad. It is supposed to be a sandbox, right?
That was the
Like,
worst segue ever, by the way.
I know.
So let's talk about Black Desert now.
There. All right, hold on. Let me minimize that. So.
did I mention I was hungover? No, but the game looks cool. I haven't looked. It's hard to get a lot of good information about it because I went to their website and it said website is busy, and it directed me to their Facebook page.
Mhm.
And their Facebook page, it didn't appear like a lot of English-speaking people posting on it. So I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
excited about it. I like to see.
Just go to Matchly, type Black Desert. You're good to go.
I've got the video playing in the background of the combat. It looks crazy. It looks
Yeah.
wild.
Dude, it looks awesome, doesn't it? You
Yeah.
know what it looks like? It looks like Terra 2.0.
Yeah.
Kind of, you know? But it also kind of
yeah.
has a little bit of like wushu-ness to it or something, right? I don't know.
I don't know. No, Wushu was tab target. This is very much.
Right, but I just mean kind of like some of the effects and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know, it looks crazy.
The only thing that's weird that really kind of annoys me about this video that I'm watching is like every time he hits something, the whole screen goes blurry, like, you know? And
Yeah.
that would probably make me nauseous.
Yeah.
This kind of combat usually isn't for me. It looks like it just gets monotonous and boring. But
Well, I don't know. I mean, you know, the thing is, you know, I think that we're going to start seeing a lot of games because you see the massively comments where everyone's like, "Oh, is there going to be PvE, sir?" You know, it's like I think we're going to start seeing. You know, what? That being said, I think that Smedley says, "Hey, if you don't like this type of hardcore game, don't play it." Did he say something like that about H1Z1?
I'm probably.
there was a comment from another dev besides
Oh.
him that was basically that.
Yeah, but I think we're going to start seeing a lot of games like Archage, where you're going to have a lot of different things to do. Like if you want to be the guy that's PvPing, you can go out there and do that in that area. And if you want to be like this guy that makes a house in a garden, you can do that as well. We've seen some Archage news lately, and the game looks pretty cool. Kind of excited
Yeah.
about that. If they have alpha pre-order, even though it's going to be free to pay, I'm buying it the day I can.
For Archage?
Take my money, please.
Yeah.
Yes, I will be too. Even though you're right, because it is free to play, you can literally just wait until it launches and then play the game for free.
Don't want to play it now.
Man, I've been waiting so damn long. I want to get in there now and see
There's
it.
anyone from Korea that will let us use their gamer ID. Let me get in that beta, please. I hear the Russian beta would probably be a better one to get into because it has a little bit different.
Yeah, there's a English
rule
patch
set.
too, so you can actually
Yeah.
play in English.
So
They did say in a few weeks we would have beta packages to buy, or
Oh, really?
founder packages, whatever. Yeah,
a few weeks.
a few weeks.
Very nice. So yeah, what do we play? See, that's why Elder Scrolls is just gonna slip. I haven't even taken my so we had the. So if you pre-order the game, you get the head start.
Mhm.
But I didn't even put my code in for my free month, so I just might wait. I don't know. I know I want to play Ultima now too. I want to play EverQuest. I want to play
Yeah.
Ultima. I want to play Mortal. I want to play Perpetuum. And now I'm going to probably play Rust tonight. So
Dude.
I tell you what game I'm really looking forward to. I don't know if it's this year or not. Is Repopulation.
yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
Always, man.
I think that is the Star Wars Galaxy's vet hope.
I don't know.
Mhm.
Do you remember a game called, what was that game? I can't even remember the name of it now. The one we waited for forever,
Earthrise.
Earthrise.
I get that feeling from this game a lot.
And then remember Prime?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then do you remember Dawn?
You don't have to depress us
Fine.
so much. I mean,
Dawn Tide.
I'm not trying
Origins of Malu.
Oh, that's still on the works though.
Is it?
yeah, still in
Oh,
the
wait.
works.
Origin of Malu, but not. I don't know if what was Belcher's game called?
Embers of Karis.
Embers of
There was
Karis.
I don't know what that's going on. You know, but I mean, it's like I want to play Repopulation, but what scares me about that is, you know, I don't believe it till I see it, and I don't want to jinx those guys. They're really nice guys, but also so much Care Bear crap going on with their form. I don't know, man. They're gonna. I hope they don't screw it up like Zion. You know, I don't know.
But they do have this hardcore PvP rule set server that is
That
much
they're going to
more.
implement later. That they're
No,
going to. bit later.
In their last Kickstarter, they said this is
At
coming.
launch.
Yes.
At launch. Okay, because when we interviewed him last time, remember Quint?
Yeah, that was a long time ago, though. That was like, what, a year and a half ago?
We gotta get those guys back on.
Yeah, we need to talk to them.
Yeah, I do have that in the back of my head, thinking this could be the next Earthrise fiasco. Right when it comes out, it's just a pile of shit.
So
hope not.
I wish Sony would buy them. You know what's funny about SOE is, remember when everyone hated SOE?
Yeah.
There's still some of that.
Well, yeah,
I don't know, man. They've righted that ship, I think.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
But you know what? The SOE has they're developing a huge reputation of killing games, man. They, as much as I love SOE and I will champion them, but at the same time, it really, really makes me sad to see Vanguard going away. Even if the player base was suffering and struggling and all that stuff, it's like, damn, that hurts.
How much more life can you give a game than what they did?
Well, Quint and I always go back to that for a day every month or two.
Yeah, it's always nice to just know it was there to dip in.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because it was just. I didn't do crap in that game. My favorite thing to do in Vanguard was just hop in my boat, sail up and down the coast inside of Kyle, and and do some fishing off my boat, and that was it. I didn't do anything else, but it was.
I'm 70 Ultima.
Try explaining to an 8-year-old boy that his favorite game for 2 years he can never play again.
Here's the problem with that.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Clone Wars Adventures.
Yeah, Clone Wars.
Why they got rid of those? They said they are no longer in the business of children games, and the reason for that is because there's so many safeguards that they have to take care of in order to. They have to, and maybe King's Isle or someone like that will buy those. But they said it's just too much work to keep kids safe on the internet.
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing that. So.
Yeah. In the chat, was cool said Earthrise is still going. Haven't heard anything in ages though. Cool, it has. He jumped in there.
I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about it, but
that's why we're not talking about it, because it's the same old crap.
Yeah. So we can't.
I'm not saying same old crap. I had high hopes for that game, but that being said, how much longer? You remember when we went back to Neocron? It was a cool game, but I don't know.
All right.
I'm losing my train of thought on that.
All right. Well, I think we've been tangenting for long enough, and we are hitting our time. What do you say we wrap this thing up?
All right, man. So you can hit us up. Okay. Yeah. Hit us up at our, Twitter, at Sandbox Podcast, at Nate Ryle, or at Sandbox Quint. Our website, www.sandbox.com.
Sandboxpodcast.com.
Shit. I always say that right. Quint's Twitch is Twitch TV Sandbox Quint. And I also have on Sandbox Podcast. Nate's web's blog, Love Sandboxes. No, loves. Yes.
Love Sandboxes.
Love Sandboxes.
Loves and boxes. Love Sandboxes.
You've actually been writing on that, right?
I have been, yeah, every week.
And hey, I don't know if we thanked Jamie for sprucing up our logo a couple months ago. Thanks, Jamie, and it's been fun playing Elder Scrolls with you guys. I don't know if I'm coming back. But anyway, thanks for listening. And if you want to shoot us an email, coolit@gmail.com, or post something on our forums. Also, we're on YouTube. Obviously, these are videos now. Throw us some comments up there if you guys want us to talk about something, or if you want to, point out something we may be missing, or also if we're fucking up, let us know. Anyone?
Nope.
Say goodbye, Nate. Say goodbye, Nate.
Later.